Almost 12 months ago, I got my Lycan Pack by Bulldog. Awesome pack. A lot of you wanted to see it again. I'll also show you my loadout, which also contains a shelter, insulation, cook set, everything really for a 24-hour period. The company is Bulldog Tactical Gear. All have YKK zips, and the hardware is by Plastic Hardware. It's actually 5 components making one pack. Really, it's just a very quick loadout. QR buttons to the shoulder straps, a padded waistband, the evade pack, the side pouches here, and they're all connected via molle. All the YKK zips are on these para loops here, very easy to use, they don't snag. The denier is about 600. Now this section that sits behind the hip belt, very comfortable to wear. The shoulder straps themselves are reasonably thick, so it's something you wouldn't want to overload. You'd use it as a day sack. A lot of people are using the Camelbak 30 litres for their day sacks, but a few people are changing now to these Bulldogs here. The whole system is called the Lycan Pack. Now with the Camelbaks, they'll open up something like this, where I'll have to reach inside, find what it is I need, and then pull that item out. The assault pack here opens right out. 2 QR clips for compression, 1 on each side. Has a dust guard here. More clips to undo that. You can see it opens out to make 2 separate areas here. If you're using it as a day sack or your patrol sack, you will get all your warm gear in here, and on the other side of the lid that folds again right out, I've got my wets. So this needs to be housed in its dry bag, and these are my softies. Keeps everything in place there, so when I do open the pack to its full extent into its clamshell design there, this isn't going to fall out. Now everything I need will house just in this 30 litre clamshell section here. The main body of the clamshell, I have my softy trousers and softy jacket. They fit in very nice there. I've actually had my survival sleeping bag in here. Now usually I'd be putting things like a large sleeping bag like that. I'd scale up to a Bergen, and then use the button system just to pin it to the back of the large clamshell. But just for a weekend out camping with a very large heavy sleeping bag, it does go in, and that allows me to use the other elements of the pack, such as the evade section and 2 side pouches here that I can put other things in, such as my PCS and things like that. This is the other side of the clamshell here, and it features this net pocket, 2 of on zips. I'd put my wets in here, MTP rain trousers, they'll fit in there, and there's another zipped pocket here. Now I can get the wet proof trousers in the top section. Now I haven't actually brought with me my Gore-Tex smock, but rolled up or folded should fit nicely into this bottom section here. I've got my warm gear on one side and my wet gear on the other part of the clamshell. Bag up your socks or anything you want to keep dry also, and I'm going to strap all this down now. get in a dry sack or put it in a poly bag, whatever you've got, and that easily fits into one side of the assault pack. A lot of people will want to carry their wets inside the 30-litre Camelbak as well. As you can see, this accommodates very easily also, and there's room to spare, by the way, here. Like I said, I've had a survival sleeping bag in this section. Let's get all this squared up for you. Pick this up and turn it round. I love this bit here. There's a massive square padded panel, sits right at your lower lumbar, and it offers a hell of a lot of support for me. That there's a lot of padding exactly where it needs to be. On the very top, it's a zip, starts here and just comes about halfway down the other side, and open that out. Now I've just got my 3-litre bladder empty at the moment, and it'll also house your ballistic plating as well. The water tube comes through a housing here at the back, and you can either bring it out left or right of your pack and down the shoulder strap. I haven't got the clips for it at the moment, so I've just weaved it through a couple of the shoulder molle here. The smaller 13-litre evade pack houses my basha and pegs, but also here another QR clip, and this panel here is ample enough for your iPad. It features another pocket in front of the iPad housing here. Brilliant bit of admin here for all your pens. In total, I think there's about 3 or 4. 1, 2, 3. Either side of that are where you'd house your comms batteries for your radio. So if you do like this pack and you have a communications device, a CB type setup, 2 batteries can be stored there. In mine, on this side, I use it mostly for admin. I have my waterproof notepad here. I haven't put the pens I want in just yet, it's not fully dressed. Also in here is a strap where I can put my keys. Now there's no need to put your basha in the front part like I have. It's just accessible for me there. But everything you see packed will fit into the 30-litre clamshell. I'm going to be using this pack just for stealth camping. In the 30-litre section, I can have a full winterized sleep system. I'm just choosing to keep my basha here in this section, 13 litres, 30 litres here. On this pack, which we'll come to in a minute, it's a great little pack, 6 litres and 2 litre molle pouches. Again, I could easily put the sleep sheet into a dry bag, a dry sack, and put that into the 30-litre clamshell as well. Everything will go in that just 30 litres. I just like the ability to have extra pouches. I love this pouch on the very bottom here. It sits under the evade pack. Just lift the evade pack, double zips. Now it will open all the way down, and again, full clamshell. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 rows of molle. So it's 8 by 2. Again, double zips, one each side. Clamshell again. It's that mesh netting. This section here unzips. I've just bought some lunch for later, which I'll have later. Has a really interesting section here. 3 separate little compartments. I don't need to bring it all the way down into the clamshell. I'm just going to pull the zips just level with the top here, and we have a sizable pouch now. In total there's 6 litres here. Imagine what you can do with that. Again, it's on molle, it can be removed. In mine I just have my foot care and spare socks, additional space to spare. So I'm going to leave it to your imagination what you can put in 6 litres. 2 more pouches. Again, double zips. Everything is double zips. We're not just relying on one. 1, 2. In mine, I just have a 24-hour ration pack in mine. And all the wet food has been housed with the drinks as well. 2 litre capacity. Come inside, 2 sleeves, one on the back here and another one which I'm putting my fingers into now here, so that will give you a better indication. Now I could put my ration straight into here with my wets on that side, a brew pack in here. In the main compartment I could have my 58 bottle and 58 cup, hexi burner, whatever you want. And there's a way of being able to distinguish its denier by its sound. Absolutely dry as a bone. I'm going to get my thumbnail, and you've got to listen to that sound. It's a very raspy, deep sound, and if you're not sure of its denier, scratch it with your nail. I can roll up the excess strap and it's on Velcro. On the Bergens you'd be getting your sniper tape out and doing it that way. Whether I'd want to add more pouches onto this remains to be seen. Now, I had toyed with the idea of actually taking these 2 litre side pouches off and putting them on the front of the actual platform belt itself. Again, this is removable, and housing my water bottles and cook set in. I'm just not a fan of carrying 3 litres of water on my back in the Camelbak, just because it has the housing to accommodate such a large hydration unit. Doesn't mean I want to or have to or need to. Just one part remaining to show you, which is my PCS, personal cook system. I had one years ago and I've just got myself a brand new one, a replacement for the old one. It was missing too many parts and I've just got it going last night. My little jet boil has everything I need in it, but it had too many components missing from it. I found the sleeve for it. It doesn't function too well at the moment, this little section here. I found a cup for it. Again, the burner isn't the one with the clip, it's a very old one, and it has the dial here. And mine has some scorching on the bottom of the plastic there. Entirely my fault, not the blame of the unit. And the jet boil gas for it. The only reason I bought myself a new PCS is I've just discovered a way of running that stove for about 80 pence. That is a big difference. £8, and I've got that down to 80 pence to run a jet boil. I'd pretty much say we've gone through it all now. All the pack itself, all the pouches. You know what the inside of it looks like. So much padding. Grab handles are on each side, so I can use it like a luggage carry once I've removed the hip belt. And this section here, the shoulder pads. While we're here, I'm just going to spin it round so we can see the bottom of it again. Everything has a drain hole. Every single pouch has a drain hole. And on the front you can put your patches. So I can use it as a day hiking pack, a patrol pack, a day sack. But for me, I might even put a bit of overnight kit in it. I have housed a very large winter survival sleeping bag, bivvy, the PCS and rations, all in its haulier, which is all the elements put together. And I think that is how I'm going to run mine. So that's the Bulldog Tactical Gear Lycan Pack. I will see you out there pretty soon. Take care. So this is the kit loadout for the Lycan Pack, but it can be made into an overnight patrol sack using the right kit. Now for a patrol pack, I wouldn't have this element here with me all the time, which is my roll mat, and mine's inside a Gore-Tex bivvy. But it's just to show you that the side straps can easily house this. Just going to take this off so we've got somewhere to sit down. So the side straps are plenty adequate if you do want to put a roll pad there, a foam roll pad. As you can see, mine is actually already sat in the bivvy bag. It's a day sack or a patrol sack, but I do have a few add-ons, such as somewhere to stow my basha. In the main body is where we're going to stow our wets and our dries. One of the best sellers in the British Army has always been the Camelbak Motherload. Much larger pack here, enabling me to carry both my wets, my dries, my basha, my roll pad, cook set. It's a PLC here, you can put what you want in. But I am going to open up the clamshell and show you what I have inside regarding my wets and my dries. I'll need to undo these buttons here and unzip the clamshell element. I have a complete softy sleep suit here. So in my wet gear is Gore-Tex over smock, and Gore-Tex over trousers. All this kit is in that MTP. In this part of the clamshell, you'll see everything is snapped in. Over trousers, Gore-Tex over jacket, the fleece waterproof. You could use this instead of the Gore-Tex, or as well as, and in here is all the warm gear. But I'll just quickly show you. It has base layers and things like a softy MK2 suit in tan, both trouser and top section, and I'm stowing mine in the tan desert dry sack. Let's get the air out of this. Now there is actually an episode on all the thermal layering for the MK2 system. Hell of a warm, hell of a warm. I'll probably make it through the night so long as it doesn't dip too low below that freezing point. But I reckon sort of 3 to 5 degrees would be its limit for me there. But that sits in there. Things tend to get split up when you haven't got space in your pack. They get split between your webbing, your Bergen, your patrol sack. If you want everything in one place, this is the pack that the Camelbak Motherload just can't do. I'm not going to put the over trousers on. So it has this mesh breathable net, so when you put these away damp, they're not going to get overly funky. You just take them home and dry all this out, both the pack and what's in it here. Oh, so that and my Norwegian ECW coat, they're too warm. This is just what I'm wearing today. Now I can choose to have the waterproof fleece instead of the rain jacket in Gore-Tex here, the lightweight, or vice versa. I can leave one of them at home, and doing that opens up even more space in the clamshell than you'd ever think. Gaiters keep the mud off the bottom of my legs if I want. They're there if I need them. So without the fleece, the waterproof fleece, I have a big panel here still available to me, at least half the pack. So you could really never have your wets and your spare dry kit all in one pack, but now you can. Again, it has the breathable mesh, so you can put your wet gear in here. This breathable mesh dries out a hell of a lot quicker than unmeshed compartments. So all the warm gear is on one side of the clamshell, the wet gear other side of the clamshell, room for a pair of gloves in this section here, and fold up the clamshell. This is an add-on I've put here. It's my basha pegs and bungees. I've got the cook set, I've got the food, I've got the water, bits and pieces such as a water filter and everything, and I am good for an overnight stop. Pretty comfy, pretty warm. Ordinarily on a patrol bag you wouldn't be carrying your bivvy and your roll pad. Not having a sleeping bag means I can get out of the bivvy and move in a lot quicker. I've got nothing to pack away, I've got nothing to roll up because I'm wearing my sleep kit. The only time I'll use my sleeping bag, which is my buffalo, which does fit in the main body, tight fit, but it will, I'll only bring that out in below zero or getting towards that freezing point. But once I start thinking sleeping bag, I start thinking a Bergen. Really, this is just a patrol sack, a day sack. Just need to get my bivvy bag and my pack and get it in. So I've got somewhere nice to sit down now. Dry, out the wind, out the rain, and I can get a brew on. But really, you can put whatever you want in your Lycan pack. That's my loadout, which, as you can see, includes shelter, wearable insulation, a sleep mat with a bivvy should I need it. Hopefully I won't need it, but it's always there. So as a patrol pack, this has many extras with a lot of army kit. It's not designed for comfort. With a trekking backpack, the weight is carried on your hips, so the weight is transferred then into your legs. Not so much with army kit, you do lug it on your shoulders, and the load lifters are really good for nothing. You just become a kit donkey. It's not lightweight, but it is so rugged, fits so much. I can take elements of it off that I'm not using and only take out what I am using. So there is part of the loadout. So I hope that has answered a lot of your questions regarding what I keep in my bulldog. A lot of you wanted to see it again, so here it is. Until next time, take good care of yourself, and I will see you out there.